Okay, so 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe 2-liter turbo. We're gonna do rear brakes. Obviously, we're gonna start off with lifting our vehicle. Gonna lift off of your pinch seam right there and pull the wheel off. Okay, so basically you gotta get these, you gotta get a punch or a driver, get these off. We're gonna have your 2 caliper bolts. There's gonna be one here, and then you're gonna have one at the bottom right here. So basically what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna pull the caliper off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and remove these, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so once you pull your 2 bolts out, which are right there, 14 mil, you're just gonna pull that off. Pads are basically metal on metal on the one here, I think. If you look at it, there's no pad left to it. So good thing we got to that. I wonder if this caliper is going to be damaged now. Okay, so after you have your caliper off, there's going to be 2 bolts at the back here. There's going to be one here. There's going to be one at the top, and that's going to take your bracket off. So this bracket will come right off. A little trick. I always take my bolts and I put them back where they go. That way I'm not losing anything. Okay, and so now you're gonna need one of these. And basically what this is gonna do is it's going to, when you go to push on this, when you hammer it, it's gonna go this way. It's gonna spin that way. And then we'll be able to get these screws out. These set screws. Okay, so then you pull your set screws out. Set them somewhere where you're not going to lose them, and then your rotor will come off. You're going to have to bang on the rotor with a hammer. Basically just give it a good knock. Do another one. Couple at the side. And you'll be able to pull your rotor off. There's your rotor. Okay, so from factory, these rotors, so they don't rust, they come with a coating on it. So what you're gonna have to do, every single rotor, you're gonna have to spray with brake clean and get that off, or else it'll ruin your pads. So like so, I'm just gonna go along and clean the rotor up. We'll take that wax residue off. So we'll get it all cleaned up. Like that, and don't forget to flip it over, because as you can see, you see that shininess there? That's what the coating is. So then I usually go over it good time, good once or twice. So there we go, like that. So then my rag's a little bit dark, so what I'm gonna do is grab another rag and we'll go over it once more. Get all that coating off. Flip it over. Don't forget about this little guy too. This is for your e-brake shoe adjustment plug, which it goes right there. Don't forget about that. All right, sprayer once more. Give it a good, nice, healthy spray. She's wiped down. Okay, now when you go to put this rotor back on, you got to make sure that you line these up, your set screws. So therefore, when you go over here and you go to put your rotor on, you're gonna line up that screw with, like, see how this is here? See how that is there? So we're gonna try and put it on like that. Let's see if it works. Try to use the one hand. Okay. So there we go. As long as you can see your set screw there and your set screw there, you're good. And don't forget your rubber plug right there. I usually give it one good spray before I put anything else on. So I'm gonna put the set screws in, which are just these guys right here. Thread these in. Don't forget your set screws. I don't care what anyone says, yeah, from factory it's to hold your rotor. Doesn't matter. If it was on the vehicle, it goes back on the vehicle. That's the rule. So you put your set screws back in. Once you got your set screws back in, give this a good wipe again, and then I'll show you what I do with the bracket. Okay, and so your next step is going to be taking these brackets off. You're going to want to pull these little brackets off. Get a brush, clean up in there a bit. Put your new ones on, which, you know, same as they came off, same as they go back on, you know, just like that. And make sure that you lube these. These are your slide pins. You make sure you lube these. This is what's moving when you're hitting the brake pedal. So if this seizes up, then that's when you're gonna get uneven brake pad wear. Okay, so you're just gonna get in here and you're just gonna clean these parts here where your clips are going. All right there. Get rid of cleaning. Perfect. Okay, now what we do is we take our slide pins out. This is what I use. I always use anti-seize. So pull your slide pin out. As you see, it's got some on it. So what we're gonna do is just wipe her nice and clean, just like that. And then we're just gonna take some anti-seize, a nice goop of anti-seize, and we put it on there, like so. That, put it back in there. Perfect. See, same thing. Take this one off. And go in, put some anti-seize. Put some anti-seize on the slide pins. As you can see, probably need a little bit more. There we go. Not too much. Okay, perfect. See, now it's gonna go into this guy here, like so. Pop right back on. Okay, now you're ready to put your brake brackets on. So you just take your brake bracket, just like it was. Put it on there. Clip them down. You should hear it clip. So there you go. There's your new brake brackets on. You want to make sure that they clip down perfectly. They kind of, some of them can be a bit of a pain. See how there's a little bit of a gap right there? Sometimes they're like that. So just be mindful of that. And throw your other one on. Like so. There you go. You got your clips on. And we got the clips on. We got this lube, so that means we can now put this back on. So now you got your hardware on, all your clips are on and everything. That's when you're going to take the bracket and you're going to slide it over the rotor right here. You slide it in right there, and then you're going to put your bolt in, which is this bolt here. So just line her up, put the bolt in, like so, got it in. This one here. Kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. Got it. Okay, and then so you tighten all these guys up. Always try and do them once I see. Now let's try and tighten them evenly. So then this one. Just like I said before. Okay, so my rule of thumb is a quarter turn, so that's tight. That's my quarter turn. Tight. Alright, see, tight. And then I do my quarter turn. That's all you need. You need to go too tight. It's a nice quarter turn. Good to go. Okay, so now you got your bracket on. One thing I'll show you, if you ever get the brake pads confused or whatever, this one right here is always the back one if it has a circle, because this is where your caliper makes contact. So that's going to be your back pad. And then so we're looking at it, we're like, okay, it's got the indicator right there. Okay, so then we're just going to look over here and it's like, okay, so what do we got? We got this guy here. We can turn this around and we'll see, does it match? Yes, it does. So then this will be our pad for that side, and then this will be our pad for this side. For this side, sorry, right here, as you can see. So another thing that I like to do is put some anti-seize lubrication with contact points are, so you're going to want to put them right there because that's what's making contact. And then your caliper is going to slide over right here, the two parts of it in the front. So put some there. That's all you need. Take your brake pad, throw the first part, the top part in first, and then move the bottom, and you should be able to push her in like so. See? Just like that. And then with your back one, same thing. Lube your contact points and make sure you put a nice big dab in the middle right here, because that's where this is going to make contact, this piston right here. Okay, so once you have your brake pads on, you're going to take a brake pad and you're going to have to push that caliper in order to get the brakes back on, or sorry, the caliper back on. And that's when you're going to need one of these tools, and that's when you're just going to go like this. You're just going to put this tool in here, back it off a little bit, just like that. Rest it against the caliper, and then you're going to sit there and spin this until it stops, until this caliper is pushed in basically all the way, until you can't stop it. Until you can't go anymore, sorry. Okay, so I've already basically done that, so all we got to do now is we just got to take our caliper and throw our caliper on. Make sure you push these slide pins back and she'll go on, just like so. Throw in your 2 bolts. Like so. The other one. Tighten them up, and that's how you do brakes on a Santa Fe. I can quickly make another video for the other side if you like, but yeah, you just take your 14 mil. It's 14 mil for the rear, for the caliper bracket right here, and the caliper itself. They're both 14 mil. I believe the front was 14 mil on the caliper bolts, and on the bracket they were 17 mil. So we're going to go ahead and tighten these.